All right. First and foremost, I want to start off by saying, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Kol Halor Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS, Great Millstone, who rule well and who taught me this truth. And shalom to you, sincere Akim, out there listening, learning, and pushing this truth. And shalom to the few sincere Akwath that are out there listening and learning as well. With that being said, Adawan Watazadis be edifying. As usual, I'm going to go into Rakah Kwadash. And man, I was watching this video from the Elder Malcolm of GMS Chicago, the head of GMS Chicago, Elder Malcolm. I'm going to leave this video in the description box. But I was watching this video and it just I was just cheesing like a whopper, man, grinning from ear to ear because which I'm gonna bring out a couple scriptures, man. This truth is just, the cat's out the bag, man. The cat is out the bag. The evidence is overwhelming who Yasharallah are, okay? Who the true biblical descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob are, okay? As Elder Malcolm titled his video, the true Jacobites, okay? All right? And if we know who we are, we damn sure know who our chief adversary is, Esau Edom, the so-called white man. The cat is out the bag, all right? And that's how we know the end is nigh, because this gospel has gone out. As the scripture said, there had to be a falling away first, which we fell away, chiefly around 68, 69, 70 AD. Jerusalem was besieged by the Romans, and we fled. You had something called a diaspora. But prior to that, we were scattered even prior to that. You had something called the Hellenization, okay? During the reign of the Greeks. We went into captivity. The northern kingdom went into captivity during the Assyrian captivity, okay? So we've been scattered. But the final falling away happened during, like I said, around 68, 69, 70 AD, when Jerusalem was besieged by Rome, and we fled chiefly to the west coast of Africa, but we fled all over. Like Elder Malcolm always brings out, we fled all over Asia, because there was no such thing as Europe. We fled all throughout England, all throughout Spain, Ireland, Russia. We fled all over. Okay? And Yasharallah, we're scattered amongst the four corners of the earth. But anyway, I say all that to say, for those of you that know, or those of you that don't know, I'm Benjamin, son of the right. Okay? My father is from Antigua and Barbuda. It's in the Caribbean, part of the Lesser Antilles, which I'm going to show you a map of it so you fully understand. And I was fortunate enough, blessed enough to actually know. I don't know my my grandfather, great grandfather, so on and so forth. My mother has met my grandfather, but I've never met him. She said he looks just like my father, who's Benjamin Bunyamyam. He resides, well, he's in England right now, back and forth between England and Antigua. A lot of the Benjamin go, we're either usually in the Americas, and a lot of us are in England, all throughout Europe, chiefly because of imperialism. British played a big part, in the Caribbean. The British, the Portuguese, the Dutch, Spain, but chiefly England. So a lot of them go to England, okay? So anyway, kind of all over the place, but I don't want Watazar to come together and make sense. But if you see that, you see on this, I'm gonna leave this in the description. But if you see this woman on the screen, and as you can see, it says the Black Irish of Montserrat, okay, Irish accents in the Caribbean. And what's funny is that, again, I was fortunate enough to know my great grandmother on my father's side. All right, she was alive. I remember her vividly. She passed away when I was maybe 7 or 8, I don't remember, but she passed away when I knew her long enough. She raised me from a young age. I would always go back and forth, from the Americas to Antigua every summer. I lived down there for a little bit. I've always been back and forth, you know, and I was fortunate enough to grow up around her, and I remember her vividly. And she's from the island of Montserrat. Okay, and what's funny is when you watch this video, the people that they're showing, they look like they could be her kin, like they could be her brothers and sisters, man. Splitting images, and I thought that was hilarious. And then also, when you watch this video, Elder Malcolm is going to go into the Huguenots, right? And he's going to go into how, they came from Portugal, and they're Portuguese, right? And also Israelites, so-called black people. And he was going into the description of them. And I'm going to show you a picture, and they look. What he's describing is my great grandmother on my mother's side to a T. And I was fortunate enough to grow up around her. All right, she passed later on, but I remember her. So I remember both my great grandmothers vividly. My mother's on my mother's side and on my father's side, and that was all through the spirit. That's all through the spirit, man. And again, my father's mother, she's from Montserrat, and I believe she would be one of the Black Irish because they look identical. I wish I had a picture of her so I could show you. All right, and then I also was fortunate enough to grow up around my mother's grandmother, okay, which is my great grandmother, okay, and the description of the Huguenots, frizzy hair, white. I'll show you a picture of her. It sounds exactly like her. And as a matter of fact, she always said that. She always said that, man. That, she had that nice so-called good hair. And she would always say because she has Portuguese in her. And me, in my ignorant mind, not knowing in the past, I always, assumed that some white man, raped her. So, you know what I'm saying? Or somehow she had Edomite in her. But with proper understanding, now I see clearly what she was talking about. She was absolutely right. She did come from Ireland. Her descendants did come from Portugal, because we ruled all throughout there, man. We ruled all up in Spain, the Moors. We ruled all throughout Europe, man. All throughout Russia, the true czars, the Anglo-Saxons, all Israelites, man. And the evidence is overwhelming. So again, that I had to speak on this, man. 'Cause, oh man, man, call halal Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And it's funny how everything comes full circle. So this is a map of the Caribbean, right? And in the Caribbean, you have something called the Greater and Lesser Antilles. The Greater Antilles are the larger islands, i.e. Hispaniola, which Hispaniola would be Haiti and the Dominican Republic, which we know that would be the Levites and the Simeonites, okay? They're brothers, right? They're on the same island as it tells you in Genesis 49. And instruments of cruelty are in their hand, going into that voodoo and that Santa Maria, okay? So they're part of the Greater Antilles, and you also have Puerto Rico, Cuba, so on and so forth, the larger islands. But we're from the lesser islands, which would be, again, I'm from, and my father, most of my family's from Antigua and Barbuda, on my mother's side and everything, my father's side, okay? And also known as Wadadli, all right? Right? Matter of fact, Antigua, and a lot of people don't know about Antigua and Barbuda. Everybody knows about Jamaica and stuff like that, but if you have money, Antigua and Barbuda is actually the tourism capital of the West Indies. It has allegedly 365 beaches. That's what it's known for. You have a lot of rich, especially British people that go there. Again, it's a tour, not Jamaica, not DR. Antigua in particular is the because Barbuda is the smaller island. Antigua is the mother island, and again, it's a tourism capital of the West Indies, right? Sailing week and all this. It's like it's the capital, tourism capital. But anyway, I say all that to say, just wanted to show you where it is. And if you could see Montserrat, Montserrat is right next to Antigua, and that's where my father's mother's from. Okay, which I believe she would be one of the Black Irish. Okay, so there you have it. Let's okay, and I'm gonna show you pictures of this is my mother's grandmother, okay? And she would be a Huguenot. You see the wide nose, the bushy hair. She had so-called good hair. You see how she's wearing it in pigtail? That ain't a weave, and that's in her old age, okay? This is another picture of her hair, okay? You can't make this up, Can't make this up. Here's another picture of her with the family, all right? So I believe she's definitely a Huguenot, all right? So there you have it, There you have it. Adawan Rataza, and then she's in Antigua. She passed away now. She's back in the spirit world, but definitely what Elder Malcolm was describing. And I remember them vividly. Especially her. She was a loving. They don't make them like that no more, man. She was definitely not a modern woman, and they were strong back then. My father's mother, she had around like 12 or 14 children. I think like 12 survived or something like that. And the same thing with her. She had around 12, 14 children. A couple of them died, but these were strong women, man. Strong women, Definitely Israelites, okay? So anyway, with that being said, Adawan Ratazadis was edifying, exhorting, and comforting. Real quick, I just had to speak on it. Salakia. Let me, can't leave without a scripture, man. Can't leave without bringing out some scriptures. Let's hit Mark chapter 4 and 22. It says, "For there's nothing hid which shall not be manifest, neither anything kept secret, but that it should come abroad." Because Elder Malcolm, Esau always is trying to hide and whitewash history, downplay our history, But hey, everything is being revealed, okay? Everything, who we are and who the man of sin is. And that's how we know our redemption is nigh. It's in 2 Ezra 6 and 28. "As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which hath been so long without fruit, shall be declared." And we're in them times. The truth is flourishing amongst the body, the believers, okay? And it's being declared freely, day in and day out. The evidence is overwhelming. That's why we know Revelation 12 and 12 is about to take place. This devil is about to come down with great wrath, knowing that he had but a short time. So, hey, man, keep pushing, keep fighting, man. We're close. Shalom. Wa abad babal. Kwam Yasharallah.